Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving deep into the world of esports, the global competitive scene that's blown up.
Absolutely. It's pretty wild how esports has turned into a massive industry, right?
For sure. Esports, at its core, is all about organized competitive video gaming. We're talking about professional players, individual or team based, competing in structured tournaments and leagues.
Yeah. So, when we say esports, it's not just casual gaming, it's full on competitive professional play like what you see with League of Legends, Counter Strike 2, Dota 2, and Valorant, correct?
Exactly. Each of these games has its own ecosystem with teams, leagues, and international championships. It's like um, each game builds its own little sports league, even if it isn't traditional sports.
Right, it's like a completely different kind of sporting culture.
Yeah, and speaking of sporting events, let's talk tournaments. Esports tournaments are, well, enormous. We're not just talking about tens of thousands of players, but millions of live viewers online. And hey, even physical arenas filling up.
Definitely. I mean, look at, say, the International for Dota 2. Prize pools can go over $30 million. That's crazy to think about.
Right, and then there's the League of Legends World Championship, which often draws over 100 million viewers globally. It's like watching a worldwide sports final every time.
Wow. That really puts it in perspective, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And it's not just the scale of viewership. Production quality at these events is on par with any traditional sports championship. The organizations behind these tournaments invest a ton in making the experience world class.
Speaking of organizations, what's the deal with the teams? I keep hearing names like Team Liquid, Fnatic, and Natus Vincere thrown around.
Right, so esports teams operate a lot like traditional sports teams. They sign talented players under contracts, providing them with salaries, training facilities, um, coaching staff, analysts, and even sports psychologists. They
Yeah,
ensure every aspect of a player's performance is optimized.
that's intense. I guess it's not just playing games, it's a whole regimen, almost like an athlete's training schedule.
Exactly. Players often train 6 to 10 hours a day, reviewing their gameplay, practicing strategies, and scrimming against other teams. It's a full on commitment.
So, turning to the financial side, where does all the money come from in esports?
Good question. It's like a super diversified revenue model. You've got major sponsorships and brand partnerships with big names that sponsor teams, leagues, and tournaments.
Right. And then there's media rights, streaming platforms like Twitch or YouTube, right?
Exactly. Plus advertising, in game promotions, merchandise sales, think team jerseys and branded products, and of course, massive tournament prize pools.
So, essentially, esports is, this massive entertainment business blurring the lines between gaming, sports, and media.
Absolutely, it's like the crossroads where all these industries meet.
Now, what about the players themselves? Can esports athletes really make a good living?
Oh, definitely. Top tier esports players can earn millions, combining salaries, tournament winnings, sponsorships, and streaming revenue. Take, for example, the legendary N0 Tail, Johann Sundstein, who, after multiple championship wins, has made a remarkable living off esports.
Yeah, but that's at the very top, right? Most players probably earn much less.
Exactly. It's that same extreme disparity you see in traditional sports.
Interesting. And in terms of growth, which markets are really pushing esports forward right now?
Several regions stand out. South Korea has always been a leader, and China boasts one of the largest esports audiences worldwide. North America and Europe are strong too, with robust organizations and leagues. And, um, increasingly, places like India, Southeast Asia, and Latin America are emerging as hotbeds for new growth, especially with the rise in mobile gaming and streaming.
It sounds like there's a lot of untapped potential in emerging markets, right?
Absolutely. An exciting part of the esports journey is watching these new regions flood into the scene, kind of like a second wave of global competition.
Yeah. Now, while it's a high energy industry, what are some of the challenges esports faces?
Great point. One major challenge is financial sustainability. Some organizations spend huge amounts on players and infrastructure, but struggle with consistent revenue.
Right.
Then there's player burnout. Imagine training up to 10 hours every day, it can take a toll.
Yeah, that sounds like it could lead to some serious issues, both physically and mentally, right?
Precisely. And then there are integrity challenges. Cheating, match fixing, and maintaining competitive fairness all present hurdles.
I can see that. And career longevity is also a concern, isn't it? Many players retire early.
Exactly. Most esports athletes retire in their mid 20s, primarily because, well, reaction times and peak performance decline fast. It's a high intensity career that doesn't always last long.
Interesting. But I wonder, some argue that the industry is about money, so why not invest even more to resolve these issues? Wouldn't more money solve financial sustainability?
That's a fair point, but it's a bit more nuanced. While more funding can alleviate um, some problems, there's also the risk of overspending, not to mention the need for structured regulations and sustainable business models. It's not
Yeah,
just a cash injection, it requires smart management.
I see. It's about creating a balanced ecosystem rather than just throwing money at problems.
Exactly. Now, looking into the future, the prospects for esports seem even more promising.
Yeah, true. What are some of the what's next scenarios for the industry?
Well, expect larger global leagues, more franchise based teams, and even investments from traditional sports organizations. It's also likely we'll see integration with new technologies, VR, cloud gaming, things like that, to enhance the fan and player experience.
Right. That's pretty forward thinking. It seems like esports is on track to become even more mainstream.
Absolutely. And with better regulations and improved player protections, the future could see a more structured, sustainable industry while still keeping that exciting, competitive spirit.
So, in a way, esports is evolving from its grassroots competitive roots into a polished global entertainment powerhouse.
Exactly. It's like watching a game evolve from a simple hackathon to um, an Olympic event. And with that evolution come both amazing opportunities and, you know, real challenges to overcome.
It's really fascinating to see how a niche hobby turned into such a huge industry, impacting millions globally.
Definitely. And what's really captivating is not just the flashy tournaments or big prize money, but the whole ecosystem behind it: teams, training regimens, the business operations, media partnerships, and even the tech innovations driving growth.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like each part of the industry supports the other, creating a robust network that fuels the whole scene.
Yeah. And while there are teething problems like burnout and financial hiccups, the industry's rapid growth and global reach show that esports isn't just a flash in the pan. It's here to stay.
For sure. It really makes you wonder about the future, doesn't it?
It does. Just think, as technology continues to advance and more global ties are formed, esports might even merge more significantly with, I don't know, traditional sports and entertainment channels.
Yep. And that could change the entire landscape of entertainment as we know it.
Absolutely. So, while we appreciate the sheer scale of today's tournaments and the sophistication behind team operations, the real excitement is in seeing how the industry will adapt and innovate over the next decade.
It's an exciting time to be watching esports evolve. From the adrenaline of live tournaments to the behind the scenes strategic investments, there's a lot to admire.
Right on. It's been an enlightening dive into the global esports ecosystem, from the basics of competitive play to the intricate financial and operational models, and even the challenges along the way.
Absolutely. And while there's room for growth and improvement, it's inspiring to see such a dynamic industry push the boundaries of what entertainment means to us today.
Well said. And that's a wrap on our deep dive into esports. Thanks so much for hanging out and exploring the intricacies of this booming industry with me.
Yeah, thanks for the great chat. It's always fascinating to see how far esports has come and where it might head next.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. If you enjoyed this conversation on the global esports industry, keep listening for more engaging discussions on topics that matter. See you next time.